first, Mase, what was your reaction to him kind of falling that low?
Um, with Shador falling that low, I thought it was all calculated. I thought it was definitely conspiracy. I thought that it came across like a lot of owners were involved to say we're not gonna do this. So you know how people say kill two birds with one stone. I think they kill like five birds with one stone. The first thing I think this is about, I mean, which most people know, this is about Dion, but even more intricate than that, I think is more about trying. I'm gonna give you something that people normally wouldn't say. There's sometimes people do stuff like this to turn the son against the father, make him feel like, well, Dion got this money, and now look at you. So what worked for him doesn't work for you, and kind of have you thinking a certain way. I pray that doesn't happen, but that's a lot of times what people do. They try to divide and conquer. So those the first two things I saw. Then you have rumors out there what people are saying. I don't buy any of that. That the kid's a diva. They try to say all of these things about it. But I think overall, if somebody could go in the top five picks and they end up in the fifth round, clearly something happened. Even I want to throw another thing on the table. We've been talking all the last 2 years about how good Shador is and how him and Tom Brady was like this. So now when it comes down to Vegas and Vegas doesn't pick him, then you got to wonder what's really going on here. Is this because if this is a protege and this is somebody you've been training or been helping out, or I don't know exactly what that relationship is like. But when you think somebody have tentacles connected to this person and been working with this person that much, if he comes available and you're now a new owner, wouldn't you kind of put those two together? Because now this is a person you've been working on. So it's
Good evening, family. Once again, you are tuned in to TWID Radio, TWID10, but that's what I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Uh, we're still talking about Shador. Like Cam and Mase, they got a talk show called "It Is What It Is," and I like that we have a voice as a people. You know, we got a lot of people saying a lot of things, but never before and never like this have we ever had a voice in which we can get on a platform and we can hear our own people give our own takes the way that we should. And, you know, it's needed. And it's needed because when you have a lot of watered down talking points, it kind of stifles the fight in you as a people because you don't know what to believe. You'll have people like Chris Broussard. I did a podcast, a show on him, and he's pretty much segueing what can only be considered the House Negro appeal, in which we're going to talk about the racism that might be, but there's no guarantee. So we got to give them the benefit of the doubt that we can't prove it's racism, but it might be. And you got shows like this, shows like mine, we're going to come on and we're just going to give it raw and uncut and unfiltered the way that it's supposed to be. We're not going to shuck and jive. We're not going to try to appease people. Why? Why are we not going to do that? Because we are a special people in this land in which everything that we've tried to do, it's been thwarted. Everything that either it's been thwarted or they have tried to thwart it. They have tried to stop it. They have tried to destroy it. So, now that we're rising all over the world, you have mainstream society, especially white society, who feels as though, hey, separate, not equal. Separate. It was supposed to be separate but equal. Separate, not equal. And me personally, I don't spend a lot of time talking to white people in terms of our plight, because what they're going to say is either nothing or to just totally dismiss it as if, well, I was poor too. No. We're not talking about you being poor. We're talking about systematic racism in every facet of America. And I'm glad these brothers, have their own show to where they can pretty much talk that talk. and not worry about having to clock in.
There's a lot of red flags and questionable behavior, and I just thought that it was just a slight at Shador, and I definitely didn't like it. I didn't even like the trolling. I didn't like that. I don't believe like certain people control certain people, especially it shouldn't be no white people trolling black people. Just period. Just
This is me about a month into my GLP-1 medication treatment, and this is me 1 year after. One of the most common questions I get about my GLP-1 medication use is, how the heck did you get it covered?
that don't work.
Yeah, I'll say this, like I said, it's one thing, you're a month and a half ago, this is the projected top 3 pick, top 5 pick. Then the weeks get closer and closer and closer. It was from a 3 to a 9 to a 21 for Pittsburgh. Then he'll go late in the first. Then the second round coming. The second round don't come. Then the third round coming. The fourth. Now it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because now it doesn't seem, this is what I'm talking about. Same thing happened with T.O. To me personally, the NFL is not basing shit off talent. If you're basing on talent, you're not going to say it was 142, 143 niggas better than the nigga.
Exactly what my brother Cam said. If you're basing it off talent, strictly off talent, now don't give me all of these excuses where you know, managers look at you know, the all this celebrating and, you know what I'm saying, the legendary room. No. If you're trying to win and you know the guy can win and he's a winner, all of that other stuff don't even matter. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, when the Bulls picked up Dennis Rodman, come on, he came in a clown, but they understood, hey, we're going to go ahead and draft him because we know he's going to get the job done. Now, had he proven himself? Of course he had. But so far, based on resume, Shador proved himself way before 144 other guys. Maybe not all of them, but in the first round, he should have gotten picked.
Period. This was personal. I think that Dion said some things like he didn't want his son to go to a few different teams, and them niggas all talk like, who is Dion to say X, Y, Z, etc. But when Archie Manning did it, when Eli Manning, it was all good. When Archie Manning said, who's Eli and Peyton's father, not Archie Manning that plays in Texas. Archie Manning, who plays in Texas, grandfather name is Archie, just to be clear to the audience. Archie Manning Sr., which I would say is Eli and Peyton's father. And when Eli came to the NFL, he said Eli will not play for no West Coast teams. And he didn't. He ended up going to the Giants, but he basically said that. And Dion kind of said something similar, not to that effect. But they was like, oh, you're not the Manning family. You're the Sanders. And we're going to teach you guys a lesson because, listen, after Shador.
I like how he put that, straight with no chaser. And that's what they basically said. Archie can do it. Why could he do it? What's the difference? Archie don't have a better resume than Dion, but he's white. He's white. So we're not gonna focus on the elephant in the room. There is no elephant. We done push the elephant out of the room. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, get straight to the point. The point is, one's black, one's white.
Ended up going to Cleveland. It seemed like, okay, cool. I bet. Because a bunch of other Colorado players started getting picked, not just picked after the draft was over, signing deals. Like shout out to Shiloh as well, end up signing with Tampa Bay. And then you had other teams with North Carolina. It's like 6 players from Colorado that ended up either getting drafted in the 6th round or doing deals after the draft was over. That's what it seemed like. All right, cool. We get niggas now? I bet. Because if that's the case, why you ain't picked Shiloh earlier if you needed the defensive back? Like, to me, the whole shit was rigged and it looked rigged. Let me say this lastly, because I don't know what else Stats going to bring up with it, because, you know, we had prank phone calls going on, all type of shit. But you know how ridiculous it gets? You know how ridiculous this situation is? When the president of the United States says, what the fuck are you doing, NFL? Now y'all bugging. You don't get Shador Sanders by now. This is
See, this is family. This is listen. I'm gonna stop it right there, family, because this is really just a way to try and, as they say, humble the Negro. Let's humble Deion Sanders. Let's humble him because he's doing too much. He's talking in a way where he's arrogant. Archie Manning can talk like that, but you can't. You can. Yeah, Archie can talk like that. He's got the rites of passage. So now the question is, why does he have the rites of passage? Because he's white. Straight, no chaser. We're not going to act as though there's an elephant in this room. There is no elephant in this room, and if it is, it's the elephant of truth. The truth is, in white society, they feel in their mind as though we don't have no say-so when it comes to our own destiny. You out of your mind. You are out of your mind. The civil rights era, they can keep marching. They kept marching, but they done died out. We're here now. We're here now. We're here now. And there's nothing you can do because we're way too intelligent. We're way too focused, and we're way too strong. Can I go with this one? Yeah, I got a little something. Yeah, we're way too strong for y'all. No. We've come through what no other race of people have had to come through. And you mean to tell me in 2025 you think we can sit back and allow y'all? You can try, but we're not going to sit back and take it. Family, you've been tuned in to TWID Radio, TWID Center. That's what I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All praise to